Welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 7 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. As you can see, I'm picking up the cultivating contracts that I had. I'm going to finish this one off. I've got a log contract that I've got to take. Well, the log contract is from Noah, but it's taken it to the paper mill. I need to talk to Noah, that's the thing. So it's 21 logs, but I didn't borrow equipment. 21 logs is a lot. That's kind of 2 trailers worth. So I'm thinking what I might need to do is, I mean, it's going to take me a couple of loads. But he's the next person on my list to have a chat with, so I think I need to talk to him. I've also received a message. I raised the thing, didn't I? Didn't mean to raise it. There we go. Get that back on. I've also received a message that I've got to go and recover a dead drop. It's very old school spycraft. It's very strange in this day and age. We could probably just do a phone call. I think you can get encrypted end-to-end communications these days, but apparently, yeah, I've got to go and pick up a dead drop. I guess from my handler. No, I don't know if I've got any more across. No, we haven't. So all I'll do is what I was doing. The clip you saw already, me doing. I'm just doing every other row because it's easier for the turn. Get onto the line. Bleep, bloop it, and away we go. Now, I'm indoors again today. It's been a few days. Is it Storm Dara? Is that the one we're in the midst of at the moment in the UK? Storm Dara? My word. The last time I remember, we've had some storms over the years. I remember as a kid, 90 something was it? We had big hurricanes come across the UK. I mean, lots of damage. I'm talking like proper house damage, roofs removed. Not our roof, but I remember going on a walk with my father and my father, how very posh, my dad and my brother the day after. We used to go on all sorts of adventures and walks and build camps and all sorts of cool stuff. Anyway, we went for a walk to see what had happened the day before, you know, with all the damage and stuff. And I've probably told this story before. There was a Volvo, and my dad had bought a Volvo because my dad was adamant these things are bomb proof, they're built to last, they're good quality, they're, you know, and we had this big old 265 GLE estate V6. It was a beautiful car, I have to say. I kind of fell in love with Volvos then because I really was very impressed. I think they were one of the very first companies, if not the first company, to have side impact protection system and all that kind of stuff in them. Anyway, all that being said, we walked down this country lane and there was a Volvo and a tree had fallen down the length of it, bonnet to rear boot, and you know, and just completely caved it in. It was like a U-shape, the full length of the vehicle. And my brother said, quick as the flash, they don't look that safe. And I just remember just cracking up laughing. I mean, it was extenuating circumstance. Anyway, all that prevarication to say that Storm Dara, you know the old adage, when the man caves are rocking, it's probably too dangerous to be in there. And it was. I was in there yesterday morning, and I was got sort of get set up, and I thought I'll start recording. So and the wind noise was ridiculous. I couldn't hear myself think. It was insane, and it was moving. Genuinely, it was moving. And I must admit, I woke up this morning thinking, is it still going to be one piece? Is it going to be flattened? If it is, I've lost everything. I was worried about the trees around it, if any of it, because my neighbours have got trees. I haven't got any trees in my garden. If any of the trees have come down on it, I'm in real trouble, you know. And I just felt I was afeared for my life. So that's the situation. So I've come indoors again because it's still, I think the wind temperature yesterday said it was going to drop today by about 3 miles an hour. I mean, it's been gusting pretty high. So again, compared to some storms around the world, probably nothing. Compared to twisters and tornadoes in places like Oklahoma and stuff, yeah, probably absolutely nothing. But for what we normally get, pretty bold stuff. So anyway, I'm going to finish this one off. I'm going to head into town, pick up this dead drop, and then, oh yes, we're going to do the mini cement factory. We've got enough money. We're going to do that, and I'll get that up and running because we've got some stones and stuff, so we'll utilise those. I'll do the log transport job. I'm going to have a chat with Noah. Yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm aiming to do, get a couple of jobs done. I want to get the cement factory up and running. I want to cement myself in the local community. You've got to get one in every episode, haven't you? I mean, it's the rules, isn't it? It's the rules. I'm going to say this now to all the people that have already been shouting at the TV screen. I've been looking into my planning permissions for building. There's no mini cement factory. Why did I think there was a mini cement factory? And I've mentioned it a couple of times now, and I was absolutely convinced there was. I don't know how I got that so wrong. That's bizarre. I had this parts in before. Maybe I'll put this in the bigger barn. I don't know how I got that wrong. I could have sworn. There aren't different ones on the different maps, are there? Is there one Hootan Pantai? Honestly, I'm losing my mind. So those stones that I spent ages collecting, that I collected and thought, oh yeah, brilliant stuff. Let's crack on. Are my crops growing? Oh no. It looked like it was brown. I'm thinking, that can't be, why would they be brown? If they were growing, they'd be green. We've got nothing emerging, but I suppose they are winter crops, aren't they? I'll show you what I mean. No, where are we? In here. I was absolutely convinced. I mean, there's large ones up here, but they're 300 grand. I might as well buy the standard one. Bakery, carpentry, grain mill, spinnery, tailors, sugar mill, sawmill, grape processing, dairy. I was convinced. Absolutely convinced of it. Okay, that's weird. Well, we can take the stones, I guess. I want to shout out to my to Terry, who seems to be one of my contract support guys at the moment. Shout out to Terry. When I was moving this stuff around the other day, and I said I need something on the front of here on my grab, like something from the CSZ pack, and Terry sent me a message and said, if you just lift that up, you've got a hitch there. Didn't even think to check. Didn't even think it was a thing. Didn't pay the blindest bit of notice to it. And again, if you're shouting on the screen, if you already commented, so I can hook up to, well, hang on, let's go that way. I can hook that up. It means I've got to drive in reverse when I do this, but I can do both at the same time. And if I come forward now to here, I can hook that up as well. Like I say, it means I've got to go in reverse. I have to keep looking over my shoulder when I drive, but I can take both at the same time. So again, yeah, apologies to everyone. I'm a bit of a loss now. I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do. It's a bit weird. Let me just put this to one side. I guess we'll just sell the stones until I can afford to buy the cement works. I was thinking that's going to be a nice, tidy little bit of profit on the side. Make a bit of extra money. Lovely job. But alas, it is not to be. Looks like we've got rain coming as well. That's not good. I was looking forward to putting in a new thing. A facility. Let's take these stones back and sell them. We're not going to make a huge amount of money. Anyway, what I was going to say as well, when we head over to the dead drop in town, we've got to go to the gas station. At the gas station, they've got the old newspaper stand things. We've got to go to there. In one of the newspapers, apparently. Third one in. Assuming no one's taken the newspapers. If anyone's taken it, it might not be the third one in. But it should be. It's all very cloak and dagger, isn't it? So, yeah. Weird. Fill it up, take it back. I'm not dreaming, am I? And we've got there's no modded productions out yet, are there? Not that take stones. There's debris crushers and stuff like that. I don't know if the debris crushers would pay any more money, the sell points, but yeah, so I've got to drive this all the way back to where I was before. Never mind, it is what it is. You know, you live and learn, don't you? So everything's a learning curve. Let's go through the main bit. Oh, should I go and do this? I can do this off camera. I don't have to do this on camera. Anyway, what I was going to say was, when we go into town for the dead drop, my money went down, it went up, it's been all over the place. Let's just say it's fluctuating. Because stop there. I replenished? Yes, replaced. When I lost my crops in moving the silo, I've got 6 bags of chicken feed. At the end of the day, it's wheat, but bags of wheat we're going to bring and we're going to put into the silo. Obviously, they will be for the chickens, hopefully to get us through the winter. But yeah, so I've done that. Canola I'm not going to be able to replace, but I thought that I'll drive over in the pickup. I should be able to get them in the back of the pickup. Potentially. Should be alright, yeah. So we'll grab the pickup, we'll head over, I'll do that. Then we need to... I'm going to need to drop these off, because I'm going to need to change the configuration on this. That's what we do need, actually. There is one available, mind you, it's about 10 grand, isn't it? To be fair, I'd rather at the moment just drive into town until there's a cheaper alternative. Workshop, I need to put that back into my wood transport configuration. It needs some stanchions, some supports. Again, it's funny how there's certain things you get used to being available. When they're not available, you're then racking your brains thinking, how can I solve that problem? And I do find it curious as well, because I've been looking in the brochures, as I do, you know. And if we go to forestry stuff, that trailer there, I know it's got a few different options for adjustment and whatnot. We can change the supports and stuff, but that is 69 grand with the option it's got on at the moment for mud flaps. But you can get that one for 29. I know it hasn't got as much or as many options, and you need either a dolly or you're going to need a lorry, but it's just a bit, yeah, it's a bit bonkers if you ask me. I can get one of these, but they don't hold as much, whilst they have got the supports. I think the logs, you do the log contracts. I don't know, maybe we will. If I take the crane off that one, I mean, I could maybe, do you reckon I could pile more up in that? 15 grand to buy. If I'm going to do more log contracts for the time being, does that look bigger than that? Looks about the same size to me, in all honesty. If I take the crane off, oh, I don't know. Does that look as wide? I mean, in an ideal world, you could go down to the store and you could get them both out and have a look at them, couldn't you? That looks wider to me. I don't know if I'm dreaming that. I don't know if it's as long, but it does look wider. 15 grand. Considering I was going to spend 36 grand on potentially putting in a cement works, which no, I'm not going to do. And this could come in handy moving forward, especially potentially through the winter months. Because that's the other option I was thinking is when we get into the winter months, I'm going to need to get a little plot. We've got some trees and stuff around. Maybe do a bit on our on our plot and do a little mini sawmill. I was talking about that as well. You know what? I'm going to buy one. It's an option to change the colour, is there? Yeah, let's do it. Definitely losing my mind. Is that rain? No, it's too clear in the sky for the rain to be coming yet. So, let's go to town. Let's do the dead drop first. I don't know if I'll be able to tow that back with this, potentially. Let's head into town. Now, I had a lot of people messaging me when I was trying to change the colour of this and make it metallic, because I think it would look fantastic metallic. People saying I'd done it wrong, and again, not my first rodeo. When I've done mod reviews and I've done all sorts of stuff, I've been changing the colours of all sorts of stuff for mod reviews. I've been changing the colours of vehicles and making them metallics, and you know, no problems at all. For some reason, this one won't, and I don't know why. I've done it with tractors, I've done it with all sorts of stuff, but I can't get this one to go metallic, and it's really frustrating. Anyway. It's interesting as well, we're getting this much more autumnal as well, but almost like more muted in the fact that, you know, when we're not in the bright sunlight. So I sound really bunged up today. My hay fever, I mean, I have allergies. I've said this a lot of times. I have what's called allergic rhinitis. So in the summer months, hay fever really bad and that kind of stuff. I'm allergic to anything with fine hair, cats, rabbits, those kind of things. Guinea pigs would always set me off horrendous. The kids had guinea pigs when they were younger, and wow, did I have problems. Dust, you know, if I'm hoovering, if I clean out the hoover bag, oh man, if any of the dust goes up my nose, wow, I'm gone. For some reason today, don't know what it is, I don't feel like I've got a cold, but blimey. So we are going. Let's keep an eye out. Just make it look I'm going to get a paper. That's what you do, don't you? Just grab a paper. Okay. Oh, right. Wow. Okay. Agent Silly P. Disappointed with lack of progress so far. Brilliant. We need to see results soon. But that's easy. It's easier said than done, isn't it? Let's be honest. If there's no results to find, if I haven't found it, yeah. Proceed with Operation Scarecrow ASAP. Oh no! I knew this was going to happen. That's not good. All usual protocols are suspended. You are to root out any and all persons of interest by any and all means at your disposal. Please follow standard operating procedures with regard to the disposal of this message. This needs to be burnt, incinerated, shredded, whatever. That's not good. This doesn't sit well with... Sorry. Oh, that's good. I just read that right. You can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. Oh. Easy distracted much? I wonder if that's a real... No, it can't be. Coffee to go. Anyway, yeah, I was briefed before I left on Operation Scarecrow. Operation Scarecrow removes... It's almost like... I mean, to be fair, it doesn't sit well with me because it can feel... it depends who you are as a person. I'm not going to say there are people in the agency that don't do it. I've never been one to do it. Basically, it just means by any and all means necessary that I have got the green light to partake in nefarious activities to catch the people that are committing certain crimes. There's a borderline, or there is a line that a lot of people cross between getting involved in activities to catch the people that are committing them and entrapment. Because if you are instigating those activities, then technically you're already breaking the law to... And it might be that the person that has never broken the law in their life, but they feel enticed into doing it. It might be their first foray into doing something they shouldn't do, and they think, you know what, I've done this all my life, I've done this, this and this, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm gonna, you know, and they take the plunge for the first time to do something they wouldn't normally do, and you catch them. Doesn't mean they're a bad person, just means they made a silly mistake at that point. So there's a line. Am I trying to root out people and catch people that are already doing it, or am I bordering on enticing people into doing it? I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Anyway, luckily I've been working out, so we can lift these in. I don't know if we'll get all 6 in, will we? Don't think we will, actually. Let's we'll get in what we can. Put them there. Anyway, I'll load these up. If we can hook up to the log trailer, we'll do that. I'll take the stones. Oh, I'm really annoyed about that message. The trouble is as well, that whole, it doesn't sit well with me when they want stuff incinerated, removed, you know, there's already that implication of they know that it shouldn't be happening, and they don't want any evidence left behind of these things happening. That's not who I am. That's not me, you know. I'm not going to claim that I've always been good. I'm not going to claim I've never done anything a little bit, you know, a little bit naughty, but I just, yeah, like I say, I'm just not, oh no, it's not going to work, is it? I thought that would go in. Maybe I'll just do 3. I could sit up like that, but that doesn't look right, does it? We'll do 3, and I'll come back for the rest, that's not a problem. Don't know if I'll get the thing closed up. And anyway, I'm prevaricating. I'll get this done, I'll get that back, I'll get these unloaded into the silo. We'll grab the log trailer back. We'll whiz out. We'll go and talk to Noah. We'll go from there. We'll get some stuff done. Picked up the trailer. It wouldn't hook up to the pickup, but to be fair, I was going to come back to the sawmill. It's time for our, I was going to say interrogation, our stern chat, or just chat, our chat with Noah. Let's get to know Noah. And I think the log transport job we've got is a completely different location, somewhere we haven't been. I've done quite a few log transport jobs now, but I think we're going north this time. It's going to the paper mill again, I think, but I think the collection point is north. I've gone too far past again, haven't I? Oh no, we can turn in here. Actually makes more sense because we're not dropping logs off here, so. What's cool as well is the trailer I picked up, it was a proper good shout getting the trailer I did. We're going to go. Snow as usually. Yeah, he's there, look. Yeah, look. Oh, interesting camera. Oh, is that if you normally have a crane on it? If I unfold it, puts that away so you don't damage anything. But then we can, yeah, look, you can extend that right out. So I think the logs we're going to have are going to be fairly long. I thought, oh, they're going to overhang off the back too much. We can't open those supports anymore, but they're fairly deep. We're still going to have to do at least 2 runs, if not 3, I reckon, with this trailer. But it does mean we've got our own log trailer, and it wasn't overly expensive. I say the one I always used to use was like $3,000, and it was just my absolute go-to, my wood transport trailer, but that's not available. So, let's go and talk to the man. We are meeting Noah for the first time. Let's see if we can find out any info, anything slightly iffy, anything going on with regard to the lumber industry in the local town, distribution of, collection of, whatever it might be, or just the man himself. We can get a bit of a gauge for who he is, what he's like. Let's do it.
I don't know you. Let's change that. My name is Noah. I am a 45-year-old male. My hair is red. I like licorice and walking through the woods. I prefer coniferous trees to deciduous trees.
I think you've got to go with that one, haven't you? That was a very curious introduction.
You want to know more? Then I will comply with your request. Well, my father Harold is a retired carpenter. He built a successful carpentry business focused on chairs. He did many other things as well, but chairs were his favorite. That's why he called his carpentry company Charismatic Woodwork. Yes, exactly. A pun as a company name. That's him, a jokester through and through. And he always wanted me to step into his shoes. But as you grow up, you start to develop your own interests, and do not necessarily share a knack for unnecessary amounts of wordplay. I'd rather provide the raw wood itself. That's why I'm a lumberjack, doing the lumbering. There are so many factors to keep in mind before you can even start thinking about carving something after the wood harvest. Type of wood, its quality, age, moisture levels. Being a lumberjack, I start the process even earlier than the usual wood carver. I plant the trees. I have to think about the quality of the soil, the climate, the forest composition, etc. Tending to trees is akin to conducting an orchestra. Achieving harmony is essential to creating a symphony of beauty in every little masterpiece. I am the conductor. My family is just playing some out-of-tune trumpets, if you know what I mean.
Wow. This seems very straight down the middle. I wouldn't say well, maybe lacking in sense of humour. The fact he's not a big fan of wordplay, he's very kind of direct.
To continue the story, however, lucky me, my sister Melissa took over his workshop. She is quite the skilled carpenter. Always wanted to work in his wood shop, and so our father granted her wish. I never really got into carpentry the way my father and sister did, but I do in fact like carving wooden figurines. Both my sister and I have a talent for wood carving. The moment we were able to handle a wood carving knife, we were competing to carve the most elaborate figurines. It's still up for debate which of us is more proficient at wood carving. She primarily uses basswood. If you ask me, that's enough to end the debate right here. She used to live in Silver Run Forest. Her figurines are quite popular over there. She still holds that over my head. I think a lot of words were said now. As I have to proceed with my business, I wish you farewell.
Wow. A lot of words were said. Isn't that called a conversation? Melissa. So she's at Silver Run Forest. The dad, there is a carpenter's here, isn't there? Out in the southwest? I'm sure it is. Anyway, okay, well, what a curious man. I didn't get any strange vibe from it. I mean, other than the fact, like I say, he's very literal, very, straight down the middle, which, at the end of the day, why not? That's really baffled me. I'm finding it very interesting. All of the characters do have a very different vibe about them, don't they? They're all very different. So we've spoken to Ben. Obviously Walter. We've spoken to Noah now. I've done a couple of contracts for Katie. I've done a couple of contracts for Dave. We haven't spoken to Dave yet, have we? So there'll be Dave and Katie to speak to at some point. I think Katie, she does all of the livestock stuff. So once we get into doing a bit more, I think when we sort out cows, if we do cows, that'll be, so chickens are straightforward, and bees, they look after themselves. But I'm thinking if we start looking at cows, especially water buffalo, they're not generally, I had a couple of messages actually the other day. There was one on Discord. Was it Discord? Anyway, I think it was in the Discord chat regarding that, and there's at least one, I think they said one, place in the US that breeds water buffalo. So it's not unusual. I say no, it is unusual, but not unheard of. That's probably the best way of putting it. Might just be there's no water buffalo near where you are, but apparently it's a thing. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna head up. Let's grab some logs. So if I'm going north, I suppose it's ferry again, isn't it? I don't have to. I suppose we can go round, can't we? I'm trying to pick apart that conversation. It was kind of odd. Not even kind of odd. It was odd. Almost unsettling. We're heading up close to where we need to be. Like I say, we're up north. We haven't really been up this way. Noah's been on the phone about this contract, about me collecting the wood and where I've got to take it. But he also messaged to say, and I don't know if it's not a bad thing. You've got contracting and subcontracting, and he's subcontracting out. He's got a mowing job, you can see top right, that he's already started. And he wants me to finish for him. He can't get it done, he hasn't got enough time, he's got some other stuff. Because he's used too many words today. Have I gone the wrong way? I think I turned too early, didn't I? Yeah, I might have done. Can I even get to it this way? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, turn across here. So he's asked me if I can complete it, and his thanks for me completing it is I can get to keep the grass. It's his field, it's his contract. He's decided... Where am I going here? Oh, they're down there. Just driven right through someone's front yard. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Actually, this log trailer looks... Now I'm seeing the logs there. This might have been a pretty good shout, you know. I'm going to move this over so I've got plenty of room either side to load it. Yeah, so he wants me to complete the contract for him, and I get to keep the grass. So, at the end of the day, I mean, the contract doesn't pay out that much, and it's his contract. I get to keep the grass, so what I might do, when we complete the contract, I'll move the money back to him. He can have the money. If I get to keep the grass, I mean, that's the first step towards what we were saying about if I'm going to do cows or buffalo or whatever. That's quite a big stack, isn't it? Let's get those down a bit. Yeah, if we can put that into our silo, or just even put it loose, but I think we'll go into the silo. Why is that not closing down? We can always lay it out, and we can turn it into hay if we get ourselves a tedder. We are going to need a baler at some point, I would say. We're going to need a tedder. We are going to need mowers. But it's like, how long do you hold out for? Yeah, this is going to fit on here perfectly with that extension. That's about bang on, isn't it? Look at that. Okay. But one lot one side, one lot the other. I mean, it depends how you want to go about it. I can take all of the wood from one side, and I'm not trying to teach people, you know, suck eggs. If you've been doing this a while and you know what you're doing, that's all fantastic. I'm very pleased for you. You can put those on. No, don't twist. Why are you twisting like that? Why would you? Why? What? Why? No, that's just idiotic. There you go. You do that. You do you. I'll do me. There we go. I'll put you like that. There we go. Yeah, so I can either take all the logs from one side of the pile, and then all I do is I go either side of the log trailer, because if you've got a thick end and a thin end and it balances the trailer out, or I do one grab from this side and one grab from the other side. You're still getting the thick and thin alternate, just depends how you'd rather do it. It's always much easier when you get to the last of the pile as well. I know I don't always kind of go into the nitty gritty. People aren't, if you don't do forestry, you're not doing these jobs, you're probably not bothered. But yeah, it just makes more sense. It's always easier when you're pushing against something else. So when you've got a few logs to push against, that's fine. When you get down to the last few, that's a little bit trickier. Let's turn that way, we'll go the other side. And this is actually not too bad because it's mostly asphalt. Oh, you absolute swine. You swine. Why would you do such a thing? What we need is a grab like this with longer tines. We will get to a point there'll be all sorts of cool accessories we'll be able to use, but for the time being. And the thing is as well, I probably need a better telehandler, like I say, one that the head I can tip much more, but I like the 3-point on this. I think it's really, really useful. This is a bit weird where it does that every now and again. Come on. There we go. It's all going on rather neatly. I'm getting a bit worried now. Like I said, like sometimes it's like I know what I'm doing. Whoa. So we might get away with 2 loads, you know. This doesn't have a rear trailer. Oh, does it? Hang on. Hold ye horses. No, it doesn't. Oh, I was going to say, if it had a rear trailer hitch and we make a little bit more money, we could buy a second one, hook 2 together, and we are absolutely golden, but it doesn't. No. No. Never mind. Never mind. Now, there have been some whispers. And this was instigated by the lovely Nina. And I'm glad she did. Nina and MrSealyp talk a lot. Not about me, I'm not, you know. And she was asking MrSealyp if she would be thinking about any point doing any more episodes with me, coming on every now and again as a guest or whatever. And MrSealyp, now bear in mind she's been really busy with work and is really busy with work, and every time I've mentioned it, it just goes to show, doesn't it? It just needs someone else in your ear. Every time I've mentioned it, oh, I can't, I haven't got enough time, and you know. Nina messaged and asked her, and she came down yesterday and said to me, oh, I was talking to Nina today, and I'm thinking about, maybe we could do some episodes where I join you, or I was like, I mean, absolutely, 100%, I'm all over that. I'm good with that. That'd be brilliant. Got a bit too close here, I think. Let's spin around. Yeah, so potentially MrSealyp might be joining me at some point. I don't know if we're going to do a whole series like we did before. I think what I was doing was I'm just going to carry on where we were before. I know things have changed a lot. I think the episode I was going to do with her next was teaching her how to fertilise stuff, because we'd done a bit about animals and baby animals and stuff, and we were on Bally Spring, and we started on, was it Purbeck? Yeah. So I think, yeah, we might just do some stuff. Just like we did before. We just jump on and we have a bit of a laugh, which is what we do generally speaking. As anyone that's met me and MrSealyp together, you'll know we just absolutely get on like a house on fire, and doing stuff with her just absolutely cracks me up. It really does when we're doing stuff like this, because, yeah. But anyway, so it means she'll get a copy of the game. Don't have any spare copies, so I'd have to sort one out. I'm sure I can do that. I wasn't sure she would want to, Let's give that a bit of a shove. So I'll go that way. There we go. Drop that in there. Again, it's done that weird. Why has it gone sideways? Just drop off the thing properly. It's kind of got caught somehow. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? I'm going to give these a shove from the end just to make sure they're all on a little bit better. We're getting we are definitely getting more on that trailer than I thought we would, which has really pleased me. So I think that was well worth a purchase at 15 grand. I mean, come on. I say it would have been better if it had a rear trailer hitch as well, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not that I'm a beggar, but that'll do. Right, I'll see you when this is loaded. I'll take this, and then, like I say, we'll come back and do one more load. And happy days. Sorry, I'm just focusing on. I don't know why I'm blindsided by the tram. I'm very, very impressed with how well that's worked, and it is working. Don't know why I didn't get a trailer sooner. I mean, the other one worked all right, but we've had to build up a bit of money, haven't we, to get to this point? Let's go. I'm also in my mind thinking, how am I going to make this work with MrSealyp? We can make it work. We'll make it work. Not a problem. Oh, I've just had a brainwave. Had a brainwave. They don't happen very often, but when they do, it's alright, we're good. I could have put more on that, as you can see. I've got to come back for a second load anyway. There were 21 logs, so as long as I got 10 or 11 on the first load, which we've got way more than, and like I say, I could have put easily more on there, but I've got to go back anyway, so we're all good. It's just over here, isn't it? Done a few deliveries here, there we go. 57% complete, yeah, so we're over halfway, right. Go back and get the rest. So wood contract is complete, and the Terry transportation system, I mean, it's working, don't get me wrong, it's very strange. I suppose I probably should have put it on front wheel steer only, because with all wheel steer, the slightest little movement on this, I know it's the same system I used before, but having it all set up and actually going a further distance with it, it was really throwing me. But anyway, we're at the field. As you can see, top right, I've taken another wood transport contract. I've dropped off the trailer, which is working perfect. I'm very happy with it. And I've dropped off the manure grab at the location, so I can go and pick that up at some point. That's only about £5 but because I'm not borrowing any equipment now, all that money's mine, which is great. So this is the the mowing field that Noah had already started the contract on. And let's say he's busy. He's used too many words today, so he doesn't want to talk anymore. So I'm going to grab the grass off this already. That's the part of the deal, and then we'll finish off. I think it's what's it saying? Is it 98, 99%, something like that, isn't it? Yeah. There's still a fair bit of grass there. That is the frustrating thing, I think, with the new contract system. Some of the contracts you have to do almost like everything before it completes, and others it completes fairly early, and there's still more to be had, let's just say. But it's his field, it's his contract. I've just spoken to him. This is all good. I suppose now the problem we got is that letter. The gloves are off, aren't they? I mean, it's kind of do what's necessary. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Turn that on, drop that down. Got to remember I've got to reverse. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. And this makes a big difference from when I first started out, and I was saying, there's no point in mowing the extra. There's no point mowing around the edge because you couldn't do anything about it. The mowing contract was a mowing contract. When it was done, it was done. You do now. Because you can collect it like this if you want to. It is worth mowing around the edge of the field when you've got a mowing contract if you're going to come and collect the grass. Plus, I had an epiphany. Not even an epiphany, really. It was me being an absolute melt. As me saying about going to talk to Katie and about doing water buffalo and stuff. If we've got grass, we can do goats. We can do goats and sheep straight away. Because that's what we can feed them. So we can get cracking and we can get some goat milk underway. Why not? And we can get some sheep as well, and we can have some wool going. But I'm just thinking there'll be a couple of extra products we can get going immediately. If we get any more mowing contracts come up, the grass is a no-brainer. We can grab this. We haven't even got to ted it to make hay for Tomic's ration. We don't even have to ted it to make hay to feed the goats or sheep. We can just give them grass. So I think we get to 100% regardless. So Walter's farm is going better. Like I say, it depends how you feel about this. I'm already, like I said, we've spoken to Noah. It's Noah's contract. It's Noah's field. If you don't like this idea, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. It'll only go to waste anyway, the contract will complete and that'll be it. Well, that's a bit bumpy, a bit rocky over the corner there. It'll just go to waste. So, we're doing a service. We're collecting it all up. It's been mowed. Maybe it was destined to be tedded or windrowed or baled. I don't know, but we've been told we can have it. And if it just sits here after the grass has been cut and just rots away, what's the point? We'll put it to good use. We can get some girt milk, Or we can do goat's cheese as well, can't we? Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll do a few things, won't we? Actually, we're going to get a lot more of this than I thought we were going to. I honestly didn't think we'd get a huge amount, but we're going to get well, see, it's that reversed. I was doing so well. I lost concentration momentarily. That's all it took. Bit of wheel slip there. I'm loving the seasons, the seasonality of it. I can't wait till we get into the winter. That's going to be absolutely belting. Really well. Isn't it funny how you can have a word, you can be an absolute, something can be a belter. I mean, it's really good. I think I've said this before. But then it became this negative almost thing. You're such a belter means that you're a bit of a buffoon, a bit of a melt, but under a different word. So something can be belting really good. You can be an absolute belter. Oh yes, that's a belter. Or you can be an absolute belter, which means it's not good. Isn't the English language a very peculiar thing? This is defo the way to go. We are definitely getting goats. And in doing so, we can go and talk to Katie as well, can't we? Yes. Get the down low on the livestock situation locally. What we're going to do there. And then once we've gathered up all the grass, we'll complete the contract. Right, why is that not now going into the... Okay, we'll stop there. Turn that off. Drop that off. And what I can do as well, to go backwards and forwards now, I'll switch over the other way because it'll be a lot quicker. And then I'll come and gather the rest up. Nice. Well, we've made some decisions. The cement thing, I honestly don't know how I got that so wrong. And I really did get it wrong. I'm going to go on to Hootan and check that because I'm curious now to whether I dreamt it. Probably did. Probably just completely imagined the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to gather the rest of this up. We'll get this put into our silo. The beauty of that Multifruit silo is I think we can put grass in it. Pretty sure we can. We'll stick the grass in there, store that as well. We've got a bit of straw. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I think between now and the next one I might do the other wood transport. I'm keeping an eye on some of the contracts. Like I say, there are some harvest contracts. They're root crop ones. And they're using that DeWolf. I really don't like that as a harvester because you have to run alongside it the whole time. I don't know, it's not one I'm not enjoying using. So yeah, because that one you can take on a harvest contract, but in order to be able to do the harvest contract you have to hire a worker, because you've got to hire a worker to run the DeWolf, which you then run alongside as it's unloading, which means it's costing you money on top of borrowing the equipment, unless you've got your own gear, I guess. But that's the only other way around it. Anyway, yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.